Sleep till I come home. Dream of something sweet. I will be there soon to wake you so discreet.
So the first step we're going to be doing is we're going to be priming our skin. I always use the Nivea Postman Aftershave Balm for this step. If you have any primer that's around you, you don't necessarily have to use this primer, but I find that it is the best primer for the job. And plus, with a New Year's Eve look, you want to be wanting your makeup to last all night long. You don't know how long you're going to be out, if you're going to be in New York's Times Square or just at home or going to a party, but just use any primer you have, or you can use the Nivea Postman's Aftershave Balm for this step. Next, I'm going to be using my Real Techniques blending sponge for putting on my foundation, and the foundation I'm going to be using is going to be the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Foundation. Over with either the blending sponge if you have one, or a brush will work as well if you don't have this sponge or the Beauty Blender. Okay, so I have my face on. What I'm going to do is use sticky tape to create the perfect wing liner for the wing liner and the eyeshadow we're going to be working with. So grab any sticky tape you have and just apply that to the corner of your eye so we get a precise line. Make sure the tape is as even as possible. Try to get as even as you can on both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer for this step. Any eyeshadow primer that you have will work. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one. I know NYX has an eyeshadow primer. Just about every cosmetics company, major cosmetics company, has an eyeshadow primer that you could use. And then we're going to set it with a skin color powder or a translucent powder. Whichever one you prefer, or whichever one you have on hand will work. Now I'm going to be taking a blending brush like this and my In the Buff Lightly Toasted palette, which is a dupe of the original Naked 1 palette. And we're just going to be taking this light brown right here. Lady Luck, I believe. So I'm going to take that, we're just going to apply that in the crease. That's because the main attraction on our eyes is going to be that ombre liner, and then the main attraction is going to be the lips as well. So just blend that all in the crease. Right here, the slightly bone color, pinky tone color called Teddy Bear, and we're just going to put that all over our eyelid. And now we're going to carve out our eyebrows with concealer. The concealer I'm going to be using for this step is the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer. And I always use this if I'm doing something special, like this is a very special look that you will bear out, of course. And I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows and make them look really, really nice and crisp. And with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. Now set it with any powder that you have. I'll be using that Maybelline 120 powder. Eyeliner brush that you have, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony, and carve out your brows. Make them look nice and neat. So now that you have your brows carved out, you're going to go in, spoolie them, and then apply some eyebrow gel. And since we lost some of that crease color, we're going to go back in with the crease color and build it back up again. So just take the brown we originally used, so this brown right here. We're just going to rebuild a crease color. What we'll be taking is a black, and you can use any black gel liner that you have. I'll be using the ColourPop cream gel color and the color Swerve for this step. What you're going to do is you're going to load up the product on both sides. I'm going to try my best to make a thin of a line as possible, because this isn't going to be very thick eyeliner. We want this to be very thin and not extend that far outside of our eye. Thin we want, chunky we don't want. We're going to be going in with is a gray. You can take any gray eyeliner you have. Again, I'll be using the ColourPop cream gel color and the color Timber. Any gray will work. So again, like I said, just go a little bit past where we put the black. Not too far though. Okay, so we have our black, gray, now the white color. This is all going to be ColourPop cream gel. If you don't have the ColourPop cream gel, any white eyeliner will work. Be very, very careful. This white gel liner is probably the trickiest one to apply out of all the colors. Okay, and then there goes the ombre liner. And then if you want to, you can always put white in the waterline as well. I'm not going to be doing that step, but if you want to, you can. So now we remove the tape. Ugh. There you go, a perfect wing. That's why I love this technique, because you get a perfect wing every single time. So now what we're going to do, I'm just going to apply a brown on the lower lash line. Actually, no, we're going to go in with concealer. And blend it out with your fingers, and then set it with any powder that you have will work, translucent, skin colored. And we'll just set our under eyes with that. Now I'm just going to be taking any brown eyeshadow, putting it on my lower lash line, and then we'll do mascara and curl our eyelash. Toasted palette we used earlier. I'm just going to be taking the first pinky tone color, and we're going to put that in the tear duct of our eye. Any pinky tone shadow that you have will work. Mascara for my eyes. Okay, now we're going to move on to face. Up for face is going to be, we're going to be doing a little contouring and stuff, easy stuff. And for that step, I'll be using my Pixie by Petra contour powder in the shade Shape and Shadow. Blush I'm going to be using is going to be using the Coastal Scents Forever blush in the shade Charming. Just going to apply that on our cheekbones. Super Shock Cheek in the color Wisp for this step. It's just a golden tone highlighter. I love this stuff. Love it so much. Put that on your cheekbones. As much as you want or as little as you want. Look at that glow. So glowy. Can't handle it. Now the best part of this look is the lips. I'm going to be using a matte liquid lipstick for this step. And we're going to be using a ColourPop liquid lipstick. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Creeper, which is a true Hollywood red. That's the completed look, guys. I love this for New Year's. Like, I would totally rock this myself because it's amazing. The eyes, the ombre liner, the lips. I just love this. So if you guys like this tutorial, then of course, comment, rate, subscribe. I don't even need to tell you. But I'll see you guys later. Bye! Mwah.